The philosophy of landscape design is about creation of experiences, and we've been able to do 5 types of experiences in this project. It starts from when you enter. There is a nice signage, a sculpture, a roundabout with intensive green, and then you see the garden, the main garden with this sinuous water body in the middle, and that's all that you see till the end of the site. So the first view itself, the entry experience, is something that is very stunning. And then you take this left turn and go up to the lobby level. Even if you're in a car or a taxi, you will go up, get dropped off. At the drop off are the feature walls. There are planting, there is a walkway, there are sculptures, and all these enhance the experience of arrival into this project. And around the lobbies are gardens. So when you look out, you will see gardens all around you. And those gardens connect different stories. So you are at the upper level, and then you can see at the lower level, and you can walk through very easily. So that is also something that works well when you come out of your house and you get out at the lobby level, and then you can see the garden. So for going in it works, for getting out of your house it works really well. That's the third experience. The fourth and the most interesting experience is one of sports, that there is a section which is devoted completely to sports. Those sport areas are placed together, so children of different age groups can play. They can play a variety of events, and they can go through and spend half a day in that area and be, totally one with their physical environment. The fifth area, or the fifth experience that we have designed, is the main garden. So at one level, the main garden is centered around the swimming pool. The swimming pool is very sinuous, it's curvy, but it's not a simple swimming pool. There are areas for sitting, there are areas for walking around it. The water itself, surprisingly, is elevated slightly, so that there is a cascade edge which lasts for hundreds of feet, and that will create this beautiful sound all through the day and night, because the water is cascading down. So that imagery itself is so powerful that any user will be so happy to be there. We are also talking about linkages between different spaces, like I was just telling about these 5 experiences in the landscape, and linkages between the landscape and the architecture. The linkage between landscape and architecture is very easy to understand, that when you open your door of any air conditioned space, what do you see outside? And if they talk to each other, they are in sync with each other, then that project is a success. And I think we've been able to achieve that in the design for this. So from the lobbies, you'll come out and you'll see an interesting space. From the club, you come out, you see a huge deck where multiple activities that can take place are taking place, and there is this wonderful swimming pool. Water is a very interesting element in the landscape. Water in this case is the focal element of the garden. The water body is elevated, it has a cascade built in, it's got seating areas which come into it. So when you sit there in the evening, you're surrounded by this water at around 270 degrees of water all around you, and your arm is at the water level. So you're almost immersed in water without being wet. Landscape is also something that we look at with other benchmarking. We want all age groups, whether it's a small baby, a toddler, to the senior most citizen, to have their own place that they feel a sense of belonging to. And in this, we've been able to give a space or a series of spaces for toddlers, for younger children, for teenagers, for mature adults, and for senior citizens. And there are different things that they can do in the landscape, and they can enjoy nature at different parts of this complex. One of the most important roles of landscape is how we bring nature into this project, and it's done with the help of seasons. The seasonal variation in nature is very strong, and if we can use that and bring it to everybody, then I think we've won this battle. In the drop-offs, when you enter the lobbies, when you get out of your car, then you will be also able to get a lot of sunlight coming in. So the lobbies will always be well lit, they'll be very fresh, and there is no other way of doing this if you want to achieve this masterpiece that we were planning. So we've figured out that this particular project can possibly be the benchmark of the future, because of its location, because of the facilities it has in landscape, and because that we have already attempted very consciously to achieve a masterpiece of landscape architecture.